Hello there, Stitchers. Good morning. It's Jessie. Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on YouTube. And I am here with, we'll call it my mid-October update, but really it's my September update, just 2 weeks late. Sorry for that. I had every intention of doing an end of September update to update you on my projects that I have in my rotation for weeks 3 and 4, as well as my knitting projects, but yeah, I don't really know what happened. The day that I was supposed to record that, I decided to start on my week 1 project, and just every minute that I had free, I was devoting to stitching, and so, you know, recording can take some time, and then the editing and all of that shenanigans. So I guess I put it off for a long time, and so here I am to record my update now. And so we'll just forego my end of September update. This will officially be my mid-October update. As far as my knitting is concerned, I have significant progress to show you on that, but I'm just going to save that for the end of October. I don't foresee much change happening between now and then as far as my projects in knitting are concerned. So, yeah, I'll just save that for later because I have enough to talk about today with just cross-stitch works in progress updates. And I have 2 finishes. I hope you guys are excited about that as I am. So let's go back. We'll take it back about a month. And my week 3 is, as you may recall, is my Heaven and Earth design week. And so like last August, I decided to pick up my Quick Stitch Autumn Owl from Anya Kai. And I'll go ahead and throw up a picture now so you can see where I was in August. And then after a week, this is where I'm at. So once again, not a ton of progress here. I really did, believe it or not, finish a column and then a half. See if I can ever get this right. And so we're nearing the end here. This grid line right here marks the end of the page. And it being week 3 in October starting today, as far as my rotation is concerned, I'll be putting this back on the frame to work on this week. So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to report on it. I think I remember telling you guys that I had considered cheating on my rotation with my chatelaine and just continuing on, but about Wednesday that week, I felt guilty about it, and truthfully, I just wanted to work on this, so I decided to put my chatelaine away, to go back to my rotation, to do what I'm supposed to do, and to pick this up. So I got a little bit of progress done in just a few days. So there's that. And then week 4 of my rotation is supposed to be a mood stitch. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know what this is about. I want to say at the end of August, I'm pulling something up on my iPad so that I can show you the design that I'm getting to. At the end of August, Danny's grandma was, she was admitted into a rehab facility. She had a knee replacement last year, and just complications and health issues have just piled up, and she now is unable to walk, and the fluid in her legs is it's preventing pretty much all use of her legs, and on top of that, she recently discovered that she has cancer, and so she's in a rehab care facility now, without the likelihood of her ever coming home, which is really, really heartbreaking. I don't want to talk about it too much because I tend to tear up every time I think about it, but basically that's what's going on right now. And so in light of that fact, we went to go visit her, And Stitching May, I think you work in a facility very similar. I just felt like her room needs some decoration. Now she's getting ready to move into a private room. And so I feel it's my responsibility to decorate her room. And so what a better way than to cross stitch? And so I found this, and this is from Cross Stitch Collection, and I will figure out exactly what issue it is. But it is this. Now we'll see if the glare will cut down a little bit. The lighting is so bad today, guys, because there we go. That's closer. The vase is pretty white, so I'm not surprised by that washing out. But this is it's vintage Poppies, and it is from the, I know you're all waiting with bated breath, issue 226 from September of last year. A cross-stitch collection, which I have a subscription to on my iPad, a digital subscription. And so I am working on that for her, and I'm hoping to get it done relatively quickly, because she needs some color in her room, and she needs some happy. So I am stitching this on 28 count even weave, and this is just cheapo even weave that I picked up, I think, from Hobby Lobby. But it'll serve. And so that is where I'm at after a week's worth of work. Which doesn't look like a whole lot, but really this is a pretty quick, I mean, it's pretty fast. It's really only 2 pages and then 2 partial pages. And it's not full stitching like a heaven and earth or anything like that. So that is that, and it's definitely not going to fill this gigantic piece of fabric. No way. But that's okay, because then I can have it framed and to put in her room. So this one is charted to use French knots, but I think I am going to replace it with beads, because that's what I like to do. And yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how to reorganize my rotation, because I would like this to make this a consistent project. And so I think I may just make this my week 4 project, and then I may forego the mood stitching, just because this is really important to me, and so I need to make it a priority. And I don't really feel like bumping any of my other priority projects out of the way. So anyway, so that's that. And I'm just using all of the recommended colors and DMCs in that. So then Danny's other grandmother is celebrating her 90th birthday. And she's a phenomenal woman. She's gonna outlive us all. As far as I'm concerned, she's just hilarious, and she's really, really doing very well, considering that she's 90. And it's consistent in that side of the family to live a long time. So anyway, so for her 90th birthday, we were told explicitly to not get her anything, that she doesn't want us to spend money, but can't not do cross stitch. that wasn't not allowed. So I stitched up just a little card that I got out of let's see, another one that I got from a digital subscription to a cross stitch magazine, and this one came out of the Cross Stitch Card Shop, and it was a specials edition. See if I can get it to open up. It doesn't want to. I don't know why. So I recently updated my iPad to iOS 8, and I hate it. It's not going to open up, but that's okay, because I'm just going to show up a picture of the card. Her surprise birthday party was this past weekend, and so I no longer have the card to show you. I also don't have a picture of the finished card, but it was a really basic card. Danny manufactured a window, an aperture card for it, and then I stuck a great big 90 in these bubble stickers on the bottom underneath it, and yeah, really simple card, but she really liked it. She says that she's always so impressed with my cross-stitch work, and I mean, that was a really simple thing, and what I did for Danny's grandma last year, the flower, you might remember, I don't know, she really liked that, and so she really appreciated it, so that was pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and put up a picture of the finished piece right here, and yeah, so that is finished number 5 of the year, I think, because I finished Santa this year, the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Woodland Creature Sampler, the I Love You More for Danny. What else have I finished? There was something else. There was something else, I thought. Anyway, maybe it's only 4. I don't know. So there's that. And then my week 1 project is my Gigi from Nora Corbett. And this is the Sticky Stitch Along that Sticky Stitch H and Palette PC and I were doing. Palette PC finished hers a couple weeks ago. She was working on Emmy, and then H and I were both doing Gigi. And my Gigi is now finished. So yeah, I am so excited, y'all. I finished this maybe a half hour ago, and I just rushed to come and record this so that I could show you. I've been kind of radio silent on Instagram and Cross Stitch and Discuss too, as well as, you know, I haven't been recording because I've been furiously working on Gigi. I really, really, really wanted to have her finished for Halloween, and I finished her this morning. So time to break radio silence and time to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and throw up a quick picture to show you where I was the last time, and I believe it must have been my mid-September update, because she's my week 1 project. She was, because I have an empty slot now. Maybe that's where I'll put Vintage Poppies. That would make sense. Anyway, so I recorded a clip of just some close-ups of the project. I made some changes with my Gigi. She is different than charted. So I'll go ahead and put up a picture now of what she's supposed to look like, or what she's charted to look like. And then I will do a quick showing live of Gigi now. Oh, that's more see-through than I thought. Anyway, so there's Gigi. And she is all done. If you've seen this pattern before, then you know instantly what I've changed. A couple of things anyway. And so now I will go ahead and insert that clip to show you the close-ups of the changes. And here is how she is today. Gigi's finished, guys. How cool is that? So I am going to take you in for a closer view so I can show you some of the changes that I made and show you some of the sparklies. So first we'll start with the broom, and I didn't make any changes there. So there's the Krennic up there that if you remember, I told you I hated using. And then there's some beading down there. And then these are great big giant pebble beads. Framing them should be interesting, especially to go along with the petites. But nonetheless, there's that. Next, we'll move on to her face. So the first obvious thing that you'll notice is different is I added a little spider there, and her nickname is Charlotte from Charlotte's Web. And that spider pattern I actually got from the Wacky Witches and Stitches Stitch Along from Clouds Factory. I thought that spider was really cute, and so I just thought I would added in here, and since I paid for that pattern, I figured it was okay to utilize it. So definitely check that out. And then most notably, which I've talked about before, I stitched her skin one strand over one, and so you can see the teeny tiny little stitches there. Next we'll move on to her beaded necklace, which I just love. I love the use of colors in there. It is a pattern, believe it or not. It looks randomized when you look at it from afar, but Nora Corbett used a pattern of using the beads, which I don't know, for some reason I really liked that. And then we'll move down her dress. Nothing different there. Used 2 strands over 2 for the main body of her. And then I guess we'll come over here, and hopefully that orange won't wash out the camera. So this is the biggest change that I made. And the reason that I did it is, don't get me wrong, I like cats. I'm even looking into getting a cat. But I just wanted something a little bit different, a little bit more of a Halloween theme. You know, Gigi looks really good with the cat there. I started to have a black cat right here. But I just kind of wanted something a little bit different. And so I searched and searched for pumpkin patterns, and I couldn't really find anything until the very last minute. And this is a free pattern, and I will be sure to link it in the description box. And the pattern is, that's kind of a loose term, because it didn't really have a color chart. I mean, you know, it showed the blocks of different color, but it didn't list any of the colors, but that's okay because I ended up using Weeks Dye Works on all of them. And so the outline of the pumpkin is in Cognac, and then the pumpkin itself is in Weeks Dye Works Pumpkin, and then his face is in DMC Black, and then the stem is in Bark. So you get that nice green and brown color in the stem. And I think it looks super cool. And I think that it adds a nice pop of color to the entire design. Makes it definitely more Halloween themed. And so his nickname is Jack. And I did everything I could to try to get him in the exact same spot as the cat was, but I've apparently shifted down two stitches. So I had to alter this string of beads here coming from her dress, but that's okay. Nothing too severe. And then I also had to change this string of beads here because he's not quite as long as the cat was. So I just had to make a couple little adjustments there. And for some reason, I really like the purple beads near Jack. I think it just looks super cool. Super cool. And then the final chunk of beads here, just coming down from her dress, again, intentionally patterned. And I had, let's see, I had probably that much of the beading to do that I finished up this morning. So yeah, that's where Gigi is. She is all done. I am headed to Michael's to try and get her framed. Sorry for the shaking, y'all. I'd like to get her framed for pretty cheap, just because I don't have an excess of framing funds and it can be so pricey. But, so I'm going to go talk to them and see if we can't come up with a reasonable option. I could frame her myself, I theoretically could, but I'm not very good at it. So, anyway, so there's Gigi. And if I get her framed, I'll be sure to show it to you. So yeah, that's Gigi, y'all. Like I said in the clip, I'm headed to Michael's now to go get her framed, hopefully. If not, then there's a family member who does framing who I may coerce, talk into framing for me as my Christmas gift, that she will frame that for me for my Christmas gift. That won't happen until after Halloween, probably not until Thanksgiving time, which is kind of a bummer because I'd like to have her framed for Halloween this year, but it's okay. I can deal, you know, we can manage. So yeah, that is it. It is now my week 3, like I said, so I'm going to pick up my Quick Stitch Autumn Owl, and then I have some reworking of my rotation to do. So in my next video, I'll be sure to talk to you guys about that, so you know what I'm doing when. I hope to get back on the recording train. I know I've been saying it for months now, that I have a 3-part feature coming, and it's pretty timely to do it now, so I think I'm going to get on recording that. And then I also have a little something else. I have a little bit of a haul, and before you know it, it's going to be the end of October. How fast is this year going? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We are almost to the Mirabilia Stitch Along, and I do not have everything that I need. I need to get on that. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop rambling, and I will see you guys soon. All right, bye y'all. Happy stitching.